Hello, earthlings, fellow humans, people of God, children of the universe. It's great to be with you on the eve of this new moon in Capricorn, which will be tomorrow. I'm not that much of an astrologer, so I don't have more detailed information for you, but I know that this energy is about figuring out what we learned and applying it for forward motion. So with that being said, let's clear the air. Awesome. Shuffle up and get one of these Wild Unknown Archetypes cards. This is a really awesome time to like this video so the messages can get out to more people, helping me and helping others, encourages me to make more content if I know you like it. Ooh. Ooh. Let me put them back. The prayer? Okay, let's have a prayer. God, thank you so much for this day. Thank you for all the things that you teach us every single day with every single breath that we take. Thank you for the patience that you give us that we have the hardest time giving ourselves and others. Thank you for your grace and your mercy and your guidance. Thank you, angels, ancestors, guardian angels, anyone who comes here into this reading, into this space to bring positivity to the collective. We thank you. We ask for clearer guidance and direction as we go through this message. We pray these things in all the beautiful names of the universe. Amen. Just one, please. Four again. Okay. Wow. Number one, the mother. Oh, I don't know all these numbers, so I'm not going to say the numbers. Apocalypsis. The queen. Oof, you can't see that. The queen. The nectar. There's a lot of feminine energy. Some hands. Serpents everywhere. Wow. All right, let's proceed. Interesting. I laughed a little bit when they first came out because, so here's what happened. I picked some cards, or I shuffled out some cards for 3 piles, and I was going to do a pick a card. And I recorded the prayer and everything and all that stuff that I was trying to do. And then I laid out spread number 1, which had like a dozen cards in it from several different decks. And I realized I couldn't make the message happen. Like, I couldn't connect to the energy. So I was like, okay, well, F it. I'll just start fresh and do like a live, you know, I haven't done a shuffle in-person meeting or reading in a while, so here I go. Well, it's funny because the mother was in that. So, and there's all this other feminine energy, the queen, the nectar, like the queen, the nectar, bees go and collect pollen, nectar, whatever, and they take it back, and the queen's like laying eggs, and the workers are, you know, there's like so much maternal energy. I want to look up this Apocalypsis card, because while I can tie the other 3 cards together easily, it's more difficult to, okay, dream. It's more difficult to pull the exact meaning out of this Apocalypsis card, other than we're like in the freaking apocalypse right now. Okay. Vision. Wow. Look at that ascension process. Ooh, and there's bees on the backs of these cards. Okay, that's really cool. I didn't even think about that. The nectar, the queen, the mother, Apocalypsis. Okay. Ooh, boundaries. These are all really like, the cards aren't, you know, there's a lot of color in them. So it's really interesting that there's starry nights in every single one of these. Yeah, like not all the cards have starry nights in them. That's not necessarily common. This person's eyes are closed and low. The third eye is open. Dream, vision, boundaries. It's really interesting. It's also interesting, if you look, these 2 lanterns are lit differently. They both have light. One's shining a little brighter than the other. Not really sure what to make of it, but I'm noticing it, so I wanted to point it out. So, ooh, you can't see that. I'm going to see if anything else comes out of this deck, and... okay. Shadow. Meditate. Okay. Let me look up this Apocalypsis card while we think about dream, vision, boundaries, shadow, meditate, shadow work. I mean, that all seems really consistent. There's closed eyes here and a mask. Okay. Could have looked at the number again. Let's see if we just come across it. If not, I'll try harder. Okay. Apocalypsis. Removing the veil of deception. Apocalypsis indicates a particularly painful time, one that unfolds when 2 disparate dynamics occur simultaneously, pulling the psyche in seemingly opposing directions. The first is a lifting of the veil. This means truths that have been kept in the dark are revealed, seen, and unearthed. No matter how relieving it is to witness them come into the light, an element of despair and grief follows. The second dynamic is the regeneration that comes from the wreckage of the revealed truth. The old narrative breaks, and a new story forms. Apocalypsis energy is similar to a forest fire's, devastation for the sake of regeneration. The veil lifts, and we see who and what has been hiding. From the nakedness of the truth, a child is born. Have faith in the process. Hold on to your center. That is the only way. Dream, vision, shadow, boundaries, meditate. Like, hold on to your center. Have faith in the process. That's the only way. The unknown becomes known and guides the way. When it's in darkness, it's nihilism, fatalism, hopelessness. Wow. Ooh, interesting. This card has a strong relationship to Aletheia. If both cards appear in one reading, you've got some real uncovering to do. Take heed. Aletheia was one of the 3 cards that was present when I was shuffling before in these circle ones. Interesting. Okay, well now I feel like we need to see if I see it right away. That's really interesting. I feel like I should just tack on that video to the end of this just to prove it. I'm like, I can't make a message off. really funny. Okay, I could just find it in the book. I don't know why I'm doing this. Oh, well, there it is, right at the top. Aletheia. And that came out in that first one, so now we have to read it. Interesting. Oh, and look at the rose, the nectar. This is so interesting. I love all the synchronicities. Ooh, the judge at the bottom of the deck. Okay, okay. LXXVII. Okay. Oh, it's a few after apocalypsis. Truth. Oh, damn. Our soul recognizes the truth. When someone speaks it, a cool wave of relief washes over the room and all the facts and figures in the world fall by the wayside. Such is the power of Aletheia. It has an undeniable resonance that goes beyond the rational. We can also recognize Aletheia by its contagiousness. When we hear someone speak the truth, we see the truth within ourselves and are more likely to tell our own story. Also, look at my little rose. That's so cool. Okay. We're more likely to tell our own story. The Aletheia card requires us to step toward an act of truth. This might look like a conversation, a gesture, a poetic act, or a ritual that honors the unveiling of what's been concealed. Reclaiming your own truth is a way to reclaim your vital energy, health, and sense of belonging in the world. Truth has its own wings. Set it free. When light, clarity, revelation, and disclosure. To go deeper, the goddesses Ma'at and Veritas. Wow. So that card came out to bring this card back out. I wish I remembered off the top of my head what the other one was. That'd be cool. Okay, well, so we're talking about the truth. We sleep on it, get some clarity that way, right? We let some of that mental processing go on its own. We get quiet within ourselves by meditating, which opens our third eye, which allows us to do our shadow work. And then we're able to set fair boundaries, right? This sensation that things are unclear, that's a riddle. That's just a web, right? But God sustains us. That's where we can find the truth. So we go inside of ourselves. We trust that God is going to protect our frail emotional identities with unconditional love and mercy. And that allows us to look clearly at ourselves. We close our eyes to the world we think we see. We open our third eye and do this shadow work by grounding ourselves. We set consistent, fair boundaries. And then we're able to get past these blockages and allows us to be with the sustainer. Wow. Okay. Let's get some tarot. Wow. So I cut to shuffle and there's the Fool and Judgment, which is these new beginnings based on fair, reasonable. Wow, okay. Oh, let's see. Before I pull that, I'm going to ask my own intuition if we are going to accept reversals. How I do this is I close my eyes, I let go, and I wait and take some breaths and wait. And then I look at the pendulum and see which way it's swinging. For me, if it goes this way, that means yes. And if it goes this way, that means no. I learned how to do that by sleeping with it for a few days and training on the internet. So I'm going to close my eyes now, take some deep breaths, and ask if we're going to take reversals with these tarot cards. Okay, yes, we're going to take reversals. Wheel of Fortune in the upright. Strength in the upright. Wow. This is destiny. This is an ascension journey. Ooh, there's some that are backwards in here. 6 of Pentacles in reverse. I don't know if there's any more. Okay. Let's see if anything else comes out. Knight of Pentacles, 4 of Swords in reverse, Ace of Swords in the upright, High Priestess in the reverse, Queen of Pentacles in the upright, Ace of Cups in the upright, Eight of Pentacles in the upright. Picture's getting a little clearer to me. Anything else? Bottom of the deck, 5 of Wands in reverse. Okay. Yeah, this is an ascension journey. I just see a call to like stick with it. Because like this is in the upright, the Wheel of Fortune, it's like, and I'm seeing these 2 really strong major arcana cards come out in the upright, which is like things are moving forward as they should be. Just be strong. This is like I get a sense of like an imbalance of give and take, and not necessarily more one side or the other, but it's like you don't know how much is too much or how little is too little until you know, right? You don't find those boundaries that are being called for until you test it out, right? Some lanterns burn a little dimmer, some lanterns burn a little brighter. It takes a balancing act to figure it out, right? But as we make these realizations about ourselves, we do this in the reverse, right? Where we're like, we figured the things out, and then we move forward, we figure out which pentacle we can give, how to feel sturdy and strong and like slow going, like they're not even in motion, right? Learned some lessons, got back up on the horse with the pentacle to be offered, and made that presentation. Okay. Cycle. Ascension, right? So now we're doing it over it again. See, we have the 6 of Pentacles in reverse. We figure our shit out. We offer the pentacle we have to offer. 4 of Swords. This is someone getting out of mental balance. There's silence here. There's someone in solitude, but you know what? They figure their stuff out. We've got the Ace of Swords. Okay, that new mental energy, that clarity, the striking realization of something. Now we do it again, right? The wheel turns. But have strength, because what happens? We're feeling not in our power, unclear, depleted. But what happens? We work through it, we figure out those lessons, and then Queen of Pentacles. So starting to figure out how to keep balance between all of the different aspects of our life, whether it be money, relationships, career, family dynamics, discipline, sleep schedules. Like there's a million different things that it could represent, the things that take us out of our power. But then as soon as we write it, we're in this like happy, abundant, blossoming, sturdy energy. Okay, so I feel like this message here that came after broke that cycle of, you know, having one, figuring it out, getting the other, having one, figuring it out, getting the other. That is that karmic cycle that we're always going to be on, right? Like, let's look at it again real quick. Six of Pentacles in reverse, Knight of Pentacles, Four of Swords in reverse, Ace of Swords, High Priestess in reverse, Queen of Pentacles, right? That's our karmic shit. That's always turning. We're always going to turn that wheel, right? And investigate a new part of ourselves that we aren't the master of yet. And then have to deal with that and be strong and get through it so that we can go to that next journey, right? So here's what I'm getting about this. You have to take the good with the bad. You have to take the times of drastic forward moving opportunity as well as the slumps. All of that is part of this cycle as well. But it's always worth this new emotional fulfillment opportunity, right? We don't want to be stagnant water. We want to be freshly flowing water. We want to be bright new opportunities. Where was that other? See? Look at the way these aces are. These bright new opportunities. Mental clarity brings us there. So there's this bright new emotional opportunity, fulfillment, a lot of creative energy, focus, determination, forward movement. But then something happens and we find ourselves in this Three of Wands in reverse, Five of Cups in reverse energy. We find ourselves looking for what could be or back at what could have been. Admiring the spilled cups, ignoring this back here. But actually, you know what? Let me go back. I'm getting, because, you know, that would make sense if it was like this. But it's in the reverse on both. So this feels cyclical to this too. And you know what? Let's go back. Ace of Cups. Oh. Aw, because love hurts. Okay. So all of these things about not getting in your power. What is that? That takes us there. Takes us out of our power. And it's this, the way that we as people invest ourselves in love and stop investing in ourselves. But look, this cup is flowing out, but there's nothing flowing in. It's an over-giving situation, and that is what we talked about this whole time. That's so interesting. But this is cyclical. If this is resonating for you, could you please like, comment, share, subscribe, anything? Because I really, like, this is so, your ascension journey, it's so beautiful. Like, look, so, okay, now you're like, okay, well, if I want to pour out my love, which is totally righteous, it's not, none of this is bad, right? We all get into these cycles. If I want to pour out my love, I also need to pour into myself. What does that look like? What is pouring into myself? What puts me in this creative driven energy? Because then I get to go from feeling stagnant and stuck to being able to leave these spilled cups and focus on the ones that are upright, right? Then I can admire and acknowledge love for what it is. Wow, but it takes being willing to be on your cycle, and a lot of strength. Let's read this five, and ooh, and under that was the moon. Interesting. Okay, Five of Wands in reverse. Let's read it. Where did I leave the deck? Let's see what they have to say about the Five of Wands in this. Five of Wands. Oh yeah, this deck doesn't have reversals, so we'll read the book and I'll try to interpret out the reversal for us. Five of Wands in the upright. Their wands raised high. This girl gang is engaged in battle, ready to defend their position and fight one another. It could just be friendly competition, or it could get ugly, but either way, it'll be exhausting. Competition is fierce, and the obstacles are many. Wow. ready to defend their position. And it's exhausting. So then what with the moon? What's our advice? Okay. The full moon brings out the weirdos. 2 nude women with their wild hair and animal masks dance under the moon's strange light. They dance and howl in the moonlight and release their wild, untamed energy. The moon brings out strange things from the dark, a glimpse of what lies beyond the ordinary. A creature lurks in the pool of water behind them, a reminder of the ancient fears of the unknown. Wake up your wild side. Imagination and the realm of the mind can allow you to see things in a new way. You might be feeling restless, kind of weird, and full of wild energy, so be spontaneous. Do something crazy. Trust your instincts. It'll lead you to new and possibly strange places. But be aware that by waking up your wild side, you may wander into some dangerous places as well. So be alert and listen to when your gut tells you you've traveled too far into the unknown. Wow. Let's get some clarifiers. Oof. What should we do, Spirit? What should we keep in mind as we... Oof. Ooh, a vision. We got that before. Live a fantasy, a vision, because there was dream too. It was like dream, vision. Interested to see more about that. Close the portals. Is that what the boundaries card was? Let me get these out. Okay, so we had dream, live a fantasy, vision, a vision, boundaries, close the portal, shadow, what a time to be, well, death is in the healing. I can't remember which one of these came out, so let's just put both of those there. Meditate. The better stories produce better stories. We're definitely in this new moon in Capricorn, letting go of past narratives that don't serve us anymore. What do we tell ourselves that gets us nowhere? That's what we need to ask ourselves. Pay a check to yourself. Invest in yourself. That's what shadow work really is investing in a deeper understanding of the self. Magic is immediate. Okay. Protect your ecosystem, the cloud, playing yourself. Yeah, like just keep ascending, honey. Understand that you have to go through these rains, like we have to go through these cycles. We rain, it waters everything. We figure out how to protect ourselves. We allow that story to become a better story. Oh, you can't even see that. Look, we let it rain. Let it water us. Figure out how to protect our ecosystems, create better stories. Stop playing ourselves. Once we see, we do the shadow work, the veil is thin. We understand that the best, highest order has already been set in motion for us, and we're just leaning into it. Open our third eyes, get our vision right, dream up exactly what we want, Don't get ourselves trapped in these karmic narratives of our minds. Snip that, leave it behind, and believe in that immediate magic. That's how we elevate. That's how we ascend. Be strong, baby. I love you. Be blessed.